Hi, East Texas. I'm CBS 19 Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. The big story as we head into the second half of the week is going to be the storm that moves into East Texas late Thursday into Thursday night. Right now, that storm is on the west coast, but it eventually, by tomorrow about this time, will drop into Arizona and New Mexico. As it does, some very strong winds at about 18 to 22,000 feet off the surface will develop. These winds are going to be blowing at about 80 to 110 miles an hour. That is sufficient to create a lot of lift in the atmosphere. Think of this air like a vacuum cleaner. As it goes over East Texas, it pulls the air upward. Then we start to generate showers, thunderstorms, and then some of the winds at lower levels in the thunderstorm can be transferred down to the surface, and that can create damaging wind gusts. Also, as that air is rising with these strong winds aloft, it creates the ability for those thunderstorms to begin to turn or twist, and that can promote tornado development. So a very serious setup for Thursday, especially late Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening here across East Texas, something that we'll certainly want to keep an eye on. Storm Prediction Center for the rest of Wednesday into Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, has a marginal risk in green and a slight risk in yellow, with an enhanced risk way up there in Bowie County to the northeast into Arkansas. Still got to watch this area here that later on tonight we couldn't have an isolated severe thunderstorm that would produce some large hail. Large hail is the primary threat with these thunderstorms in any part of East Texas today. Tomorrow, it's large hail, wind, and tornadoes. And let's talk about tomorrow, Thursday. This is sort of rare in that the fact that the last time we had a moderate risk of severe weather was last April. So we don't get too many around here, but when we do, we typically have some very strong thunderstorms. Now, moderate risk would suggest that you have numerous strong severe thunderstorms with EF2 or better tornadoes possible, and some significant winds to go along with this. That moderate risk stretches from west of Athens through Tyler, up through Longview, all the way to around southwestern, south central Arkansas. Even though that switches to orange here, that's just because it drops off of the raised map. Now, south of that, we do have an enhanced risk of severe weather for Center, for Nacogdoches, for Lufkin, Hemphill, and Crockett. And that surrounds all the way back to Dallas, and then it goes all the way up to Monroe, Louisiana, and over toward Alexandria, and then a slight risk for deep East Texas, extreme deep East Texas, more like southern Louisiana. So this is a significant severe weather setup, a regional severe weather outbreak could be another way that you could term that. Let's start future skycast. We'll go with the evening. So if you're watching this later in the evening, this may have already passed us, but there might be one isolated cell that passes through the area. But overnight into Thursday morning, we're going to watch for the development of showers and then some heavier thunderstorms. Now, I can't rule out that there's not a warning out of this one. Crockett and Groveton perhaps for some large hail. So just keep that in mind as you're sleeping. If you start hearing or waking up early tomorrow morning, you start hearing some hail banging on the roof or something of that nature, if you can park the car in a carport tonight, might be a good idea. So this is just sort of emblematic of what could occur with maybe one heavy cell or maybe two heavy cells for the first part of the day. By 11 a.m., we have scattered thunderstorms in the forecast. Again, could you get a severe thunderstorm warning out of that? Sure. That begins to move to the north as we go into a warmer air mass down to the south here, and we're stepping through this now hour by hour. So Thursday at 2 o'clock along Interstate 20, you've got scattered showers and thunderstorms that continue to move to the north. We get to about 3 o'clock and we start to see some breaks in the overcast that could help to destabilize the atmosphere. So we'll wait and see if we get another cell that may develop or lift to the north. If we get any supercells, discrete cells out ahead of the main line of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, they could turn tornadic. But this is the line that we're watching. It's Sulphur Springs to Emory, west of Athens, west of Palestine. This is Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. I'm going to walk through this hour by hour now. So you'll see by 8 o'clock it starts to move into Mineola, at Canton, Athens, and Palestine. So we may have a tornado warning at that time. Certainly going to have severe thunderstorm warnings along the leading edge of those thunderstorms. And there's a chance that while you're watching CBS 19 tomorrow evening, that we are going to interrupt your favorite program and have updates about these thunderstorms as they move through. Especially if there are tornado warnings, then we have to stay on the air. We do that as a service, and the FCC requires us to provide life-saving information. And in this case, that's exactly what that would be. Gilmer, Tyler, Jacksonville to Crockett and Groveton. Strong scattered thunderstorms. That's at 9:15. There seems to be just the slightest little weakening, perhaps up to the north, maybe toward Jefferson and Lynn by 10:35. Those storms by 10:30 over Deep East Texas are moving into Louisiana and away. We still have west to southwest winds behind that cold front. So it'll be cooler, but then Friday afternoon with sunshine, we're back to 62 degrees. Rainfall outlook over the next 7 days. If we explore really the rest of today and tomorrow, you'll notice that we have quite a bit of rain. 3/4 of an inch, upwards to about 1 3/4 to 2 inches of rain from Interstate 20 to the north, perhaps a little bit less down to the south. So the next 7 days, primarily most of your rain is going to occur here tonight and tomorrow. All right, let's talk about the 10-day temp trend in East Texas. Relatively warm now as we get going into March. March coming in like a lion, then calming down a little bit. But we've got a strong cold front next Thursday. Look at the highs next Thursday and Friday. Only in the upper 50s, and that means the 10-day temp trend in the morning lows, we're going to drop below average Saturday morning and then again a week from Saturday. So we've got 2 stronger cold fronts headed in our direction here over the next 10 days. Rainfall reports, when we wrapped up February, we compared that, and we were a little bit below average at Tyler, Longview, and Lufkin. And now for the year, we're just a little bit ahead at Longview and now behind at Lufkin. And Tyler's fairly close to average. All right, hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow. Really, throughout the day, off and on scattered showers and thunderstorms right on through the afternoon. There will be a couple of times where most of us are seeing some dry conditions, but for the most part, we have to keep the thunderstorm threat ongoing and then increase that thunderstorm threat tomorrow night. Highs in the lower 70s in our northern counties, mid to upper 70s in our central counties, and over Deep East Texas, we're looking at upper 70s, close to 80 degrees. All right, here's the Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. So a 70% chance for strong thunderstorms Thursday, 77 for the high. Partly cloudy, breezy, cooler northwest winds at 25 miles an hour on Friday, a high of 64. Chilly morning Saturday morning, 73, then up to 78 Sunday, 81 on Monday as clouds increase. We have rain showers in the forecast Tuesday. Stronger cold front coming in Wednesday, leading to some much cooler weather and some rainy, unsettled weather as we round out the 10-day forecast. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus, and make sure you keep checking back for updates on our severe weather.